Hi everyone, so today I wanted to take a deeper look at Basecone and look at some of the problems this application can be used to solve. So just to sort of remind ourselves what Basecone is and does, Basecone is a system which helps with the booking of paper invoices electronically. It also handles document authorization, which is something we're going to focus on a little bit today. There are two options in terms of how you can get documents authorized in Basecone. We're going to focus on one of those today, but I think it makes sense to also remind ourselves how the workflow in the system works so that you can get an understanding of the different options. So just to remind us how the workflow in Basecone does work. In terms of the flow of a document, we're obviously trying to automate the receipt of a document directly from a supplier or make the upload of that document as easy as possible, which I'll go into in a little bit more detail in a second. But once you've received that document, these are the various stages that you take a document through. Okay, so when you receive a document, you first of all have to do what's called tagging, which effectively means telling Basecone what type of document it is. Is it a sales invoice? Is it a purchase invoice? And so on and so forth. At that tagging stage, you can also decide if you want that document to be authorized before it is transferred to the accounting system. So because we're hopefully receiving documents automatically and directly from suppliers, it's important that they are seen before they are entered into your accounts so that they are agreed. Once they are then authorized, you have the option to book them in these two stages, which means transfer them to your accounting system, in short. Once it is transferred to your accounting system and you've filled in all the details of that transaction, i.e., is it in relation to a specific department in your business, the amount and the nominal code, so for budgeting purposes, you might want to check that it's been allocated correctly. You have the option to select whether you want it to be authorized after the booking, which means the authorizer will be saying, yes, everything in relation to this booking is correct. So authorization before the booking is very much, this is the face value of the invoice, and I agree that we are to be billed this amount by this supplier by looking at the image. When you're authorizing after the booking, you are looking at the actual details of how that has been coded in your accounting system. Is the nominal code correct? Is the department correct, or a project or any other supplementary information you want to be included alongside that invoice for reporting later? Okay. So how does that actually work? And we're going to focus on authorization before booking today. So in terms of how documents are received, hopefully you're using an email address which is assigned to your company when you create a company in Basecone. Any PDF or image which is sent to that email address, it'll just arrive automatically in the system. If you do scan something in and want to upload it manually, there is an in-tray upload button here. Once a document is received, you'll see that it shows in this middle pane here. My first job is to select what type of document it is. I can then choose if it's related to one cost center or particular project, but because we're focusing on authorization, I can select a flow. So if I've created different departments and I want it to select certain authorizers, I can select a flow and it will automatically populate the authorizers under that flow. Okay, so what this means is Jamie is responsible for IT costs, and you could change it to marketing, and in that instance Anna is responsible for marketing. Okay, once I'm happy with the configuration of all of this data, I simply press confirm. Okay, that is the tagging stage done. After that, that document has now gone off into a queue for Jamie to, in this instance, to authorize, and he will see it when he logs into Basecone, or alternatively he can log into an app on his mobile phone and release it from his mobile phone. What I'm going to show you is the desktop version because there is another video showing you how you authorize invoices on your mobile phone. So here's one I prepared earlier. If I switch to a different screen, this is Jamie's profile, which I logged into earlier. And when I refresh that, you can see that there's a document here waiting for him, which is the one that we just sent through. And quite simply, I have the option to approve if I am happy with that document. If I am not happy with that document, I simply press reject. If I reject it, I must give a reason for that rejection, and that will be sent through to the finance team at the tagging stage normally, or whoever is responsible for that to take the appropriate action. But in this instance, I'm simply going to click approve. It goes out of my queue, and I can move on to the next one if there is more, or I'm done and I can just close the application. So that's very simply how the authorization before booking works in Basecone. Thanks. Bye.